have never been properly introduced to Jyotisha. You know, in school, whatever we learn, it remains with us almost through all our life. We were taught in school that Newton and Einstein were great scientists, with the teacher also referring to them with great respect. And so, even as early as in school, we learned to respect them, though we could not understand anything of their work. But no one taught us in school of our own great intellectual giants and scientists. Kanada, who was the first to expound that the world consists of atoms, Parashara, Lagada, Lallacharya, and the later Varaha Mihira, Aryabhata, Bhaskaracharya, and others, and the great strides they had made in science, astronomy, and other subjects. That is why we remain ignorant of our rich heritage. It is my sincere prayer, and I'm sure the entire gathering here agrees with me, the government should introduce a chapter in school textbooks on astrology and these great rishis and their achievements in the secular sciences. Only then will our children grow up to be proud of their heritage of Jyotisha and show an interest in learning it. And also, we will understand that all science has not come to us from the West. We have always been scientists, only it's now covered with cobwebs. Now, let me tell you what Jyotisha exactly is. All ancient and classical works on Jyotisha clearly state its content. Siddhanta Samhita Hora Rupam Skandatrayatmakam Vedasya Nirmalam Chakshuhu Jyotishastram Anuttamam. Jyotisha, or astrology, comprises of three sections: Siddhanta, Samhita, and Hora. What is Siddhanta? Siddhanta is Ganita or mathematics, which includes Gola or spherical astronomy, and it deals with all the astronomical data, such as the movements of planets and other celestial bodies, lunations, occultations, calculating eclipses, and all other astronomical information. Now, once you have all this information, what is the use? One is, of course, the altruistic, where you seek knowledge for the sake of knowledge. The other is the practical and the applicational. And under this applicational part, we have Samhita and Hora. Samhita is that branch of Jyotisha where you study the connections between celestial bodies and their movements and large groups of people and geographical tracts. It covers such events as wars, migrations, national and international developments, natural disasters, volcanoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, agriculture, weather, anything that has a bearing on collective destinies. The last part is Hora, which deals with the planetary movements and individual lives. And that is, most people in India are very, very familiar with this branch of Jyotisha. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions of astrology is, how can planets which are so far removed from the Earth affect terrestrial affairs? Now, although this question appears to be very scientific, if you examine it closely, you will find it is quite unbecoming of anyone who claims to have a scientific temper. In science, facts precede theories. That is, you have the facts and then you work on theories to explain those facts. For examples, apples fall to the ground. That is a fact, yes or no? Yeah, it is a fact. So do unsupported objects and human bodies. If you throw a rock from the balcony, it falls and hits the ground. It doesn't go up into the sky, right? Likewise, planets move around their primaries in accordance with Kepler's laws of motion. These are all facts which no one can dispute. Keeping all these facts before him, Newton began his investigations and he came up with his laws of gravitation, according to which there is a force of mutual attraction between material bodies. We do not know if Newton was right because when Einstein came on the scene many years later, he explained the same phenomenon of falling bodies on the basis of curvature of space in the proximity of the material body. And we do not know if Einstein was right either. How can the same phenomenon of falling bodies have two different explanations? And it is always possible a more brilliant scientist may come up a few years hence, and he may come up with a more brilliant theory. But the point I'm trying to emphasize, the point I'm trying to stress is that irrespective of the theory, the fact of falling bodies remains. Just because you have an explanation or you don't have an explanation, you can't say bodies don't fall. First, you have to accept the fact and then only proceed to build theories to explain those facts. Similarly, in astrology, whatever the theory, the facts of astrology are there for all to see. We may not have an explanation, but if a fact keeps repeating over and over again in hundreds of cases, you cannot say it does not exist at all. You cannot wish it away. The task of a scientist is not to ask idle hypothetical questions, but to explain admitted facts. Now, what are the facts of astrology? Simply that celestial factors in different parts of the universe are interlinked. Whatever happens in one part of the universe has a repercussion elsewhere in the cosmos. And the cosmos, for us on Earth, begins, not ends, but only begins with the solar system and its members, the Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu, or the Navagrahas. That is, astrology is the study of planetary movements and their connections with terrestrial happenings. It is the study of equations between what goes on in the skies and what happens on Earth. It is the study of equations between man and planet. Now let me give you one or two simple examples. One or two simple equations that show the connection between man and planet. Of course, these are oversimplified, but if I go into all the details, it will become a technical session and will require at least 3 hours. Take a horoscope with Jupiter in the ascendant or influencing the ascendant. When a person with this combination enters a room where people are in animated conversation, you will find a hush fall over the group, or they may rise from their seats as if out of respect for him. He may not be a VIP, or a political leader, or a big businessman, or a celebrity. Yet, there is something about him, maybe the expression on his face, or his bearing, or carriage, that commands respect. The equation in such a case would be ascendant plus Jupiter, respect. Take 100 charts with this combination and you have the facts of astrology for yourself. Or take a chart where you have Mars in the ascendant. When a man with such a combination joins a group of people in a happy, relaxed mood, the first thing he says may spark off an argument, or he may start off a controversy, or he may rub them on the wrong side. He may irritate them. So the equation in such a case would be ascendant plus Mars, anger, resentment, quarrel. Take 100 charts with this combination and you have the results showing the connection between man and planet. Therefore, Jyotisha is the study of equations between man and planet. Do I have 5 minutes more or is my time up? It's up, is it? Okay. So anyway, with this brief introduction to Jyotisha, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share my views on Jyotisha. I thank you all for your patient hearing. Thanks.
I invite Srimati Sita Ramchandra to kindly felicitate Gayatri Devi.